15 years we've been working in classrooms, teaching music to whole classes of children. We now really are looking to find a way to develop an interactive whiteboard resource that teaches music to the class without the need for a specialist. Now, the content is all there because we have this from all our teaching experience. What we don't have is the expertise to apply it to a smart or a whiteboard like this. We've created the interactive whiteboard resource. A lot of graphics done. I hope it looks very convincing, but it isn't the finished product. The content is based on 12 songs represented by these pictures. The 12 songs are each dealt with in the class in different areas. So we'd learn a song, we'd work at it with pulse, rhythm, literacy, and all of these things would be done through the whiteboard. Our little man in the corner would be the one to instruct. So the class teacher doesn't have to plan and doesn't have to know the content, they just have to start. This shows the full scope of the resource. Every song, so we've got a song in the middle, is given 9 areas to work with. And if we look at one of those areas, say literacy, we start in a nursery. We have 3 terms worth of lessons, and each lesson is approximately 10 minutes in length. And then in level 2, which would be our reception age children, you have a similar pattern. So each term, each school term, has 5 or 6 lessons, and each one representing 10 minutes worth of work. So,
choose a song. You've chosen Rabbits in the Rain. Which area or activity would you like to explore?
So we're going to learn the song. And we're working at level 1A, very beginning.
What can you see in the picture?
What we'd really like is some animation. So I've created some animation which is clearly very, very basic.
Are the rabbits friendly or fierce? What are the rabbits doing? What's the weather like?
So the sound files could be anything. So the sound of the rain really helps with the rabbits in the rain.
Which area or activity would you like to explore?
We're going to move on to pulse. Again at a very basic level, and we're going to show you how the sound files work in helping the teacher both bring a group of children in for singing, because that's quite a difficult skill, and also keep them in time together.
Use the heartbeat to show the speed of the music. Ready to sing.
It is raining hard today. That'll be an example. The children can then decide if they want to make the song faster or slower, so maybe we'll go more slowly.
Ready to sing.
It is raining hard today. So the sound file gives the tempo and the note to start on, which is extremely helpful for a class teacher. Let's look at some of the things you can do in order to introduce instruments to the children.
Match the sound to the instrument.
So let's choose number 2. You should be able to hear the flute. And if they get it right,
move the pictures into the boxes to make the instruments play together.
so now we're combining sounds. Unless you've got a flautist and a guitarist in your room, I don't know another way of doing this. So let's move our flute into a box and we'll hear that with the guitar. How do they sound?
Can you hear all the instruments as they play together?
content, sound files, pre-recorded work and visuals that we already have in place. We're going to look at some literacy and we're going to look at rhythmic notation. We start with picture cards with animals on, which represent the length of a note. So, for instance, duck, duck, has that pattern, chick, 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 which is fine if you have a musician in the room who understands that, but the board will talk the teacher through it so they understand what it is they're trying to work with the class. We can also move them around. So if I move 4 of these into the boxes, we can then read a longer rhythm pattern. So let's just magically move those down, and let's see what that pattern sounds like.
Duck, duck, chick, chick, duck, chick, 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 duck.
So we're now going to look at pitch, which is probably the hardest area of teaching to deliver to a class if you're not familiar with music teaching. So we're going to start with a score, which is made up of rabbits. So it doesn't instantly look like music, but you'll see how it fits. And the children will already have learnt that in hand signs.
So, so, me, me, so, so, me, so, so, me, me, so, so, me, so, so, me, me, so, so, me, so, so, me, me, so, so, me.
So now we get the children to come to the board and colour in maybe the so's. So there are a few so's coloured in, and we should be able to check it later. Maybe we'll add some me's, and our me's will be blue, and then once again
So, so, me, me, so, so, me, so, so, me, me, so, so, me, so, so, me, me, so, so, me, so, so, me, me, so, so, me.
we can then move on to something that's a lot more like standard notation. We've found a missing note and we've coloured it in. And now we're going to check the sound. So as I touch it, that's our so, and when we colour in the me, we should know that so, so, me, me, so, so, me, so, so, me, me. I'll colour that in, and then check it. So we should be able to, at any point, check the note it is that we're after. What we find about DaCapo music teaching is because it's so, as a classroom situation, it's a very interactive, it's a very doing activity. We've built up resources like the rhythm cards, we have all sorts of other resources that we use within the class setting to enable the children to take part and learn very gradually all the elements of music. So it's not just let's sing a song and then go out to play, but it's let's learn some repertoire, let's learn some songs and then look into them to find out what they're made up of. It's very much learning a language. One of my favourite quotes from children is, when we're singing together, it feels like we all like each other. And I think that's a very clear way of a child saying music makes us all feel happy together. So I think if we can give that to children through their difficult early years in school, which can be very hard work, I think we're doing a great job.